Hey there guys, it's Anthony here from Cutting Edge Guitar. In today's video, I want to talk to you about my 1 year YouTube journey. Can you believe it? I've been doing these videos for a whole year now. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so the thing with this video is I want to talk to any guitar player who's been following my progress or who's just about found my channel about what I've been doing over the past year. I want to say a big thank you to a lot of people that have supported me up to this point. Also, I want to try and inspire other guitar players to get going with this sort of thing, try and give you some advice and motivation that may help you out. So advice and motivation. That is one of the things that I've been doing on the channel for guitar players. Sort of advice about your practice or about how to think about practicing, how to get going with the instrument, finding time to practice, all that sort of thing. So I think a part of what I want to do with this video is give a little bit back to the guitar community and try and help inspire people, if it's about them going off and being creators or for whatever else it is that they might need. You know, that's kind of what this whole cutting edge guitar thing is all about anyway. So 1 year of guitar video progress. What's been going on? Well, I'll tell you what, I have learnt a massive amount about the guitar community. So in 1 year of doing this, my YouTube channel hasn't massively taken off yet. But the thing that has happened is only the small amount of success that I've had. I've met some absolutely incredible people to the point that this has been life-changing. So a number of the people that I've met purely off of the back of doing these YouTube videos have now become students, and more important than that, they've become friends. And that's amazing. That is one thing that I can really thank all of this for. Now, has this been easy? I tell you what, absolutely not. No, this is not easy at all. Anyone who says about people who create or do YouTube or any of those sorts of things, you know, like the books that I've done or the stuff that I'm doing with Cutting Edge Guitar now with online courses and all this stuff. When people talk about people who make a passive income, what a lovely life they have no idea how hard people work to be able to get to a point that they can have a passive income. Because I can tell you at the moment there's nothing passive at all about my income. So the people that I've met, let's talk about that. So that's been great. How that has happened, basically with the channel, I started off doing a couple of lessons, kind of like advanced technique style lessons, based on some of the material that I would have done in the books or whatever. And those kind of ideas, they were things that I've now eventually turned into something that's a product that I can sell through Cutting Edge Guitar. But it was my first time ever sitting in front of a video giving lessons. Well, I mean, I have sat in front of a video before to do some stuff that went with the first guitar tuition book, but I wasn't doing the videos myself. You know, I was just sort of there to teach. So the YouTube videos that I started, they were the first ones that I was doing the camera, the editing, you know, all the rest of it. And like most people who start out in YouTube, I suppose my videos were shit in the beginning. What you tend to find as you get going with YouTube is that you're like, my camera is crap, the lighting that I'm using is crap, the room that I'm in. Well, to be fair, me starting my YouTube channel, I would have been in the studio here, but we were in the midst of a global pandemic and I was kind of not allowed out of my house. So they all, like, my YouTube channel started from being basically kicked out of being able to teach, working in the schools that I worked in and all those sorts of things. So I used to teach all day in schools. I would teach in here in the evening in my studio, that sort of thing. And obviously when you're sent home as a part of a global pandemic, you sort of think, well, what do I do? Well, obviously there is an online world for this stuff. And that's what I started. I thought, you know, how am I going to get new business? How am I going to get students? And I thought, well, everyone else seems to be doing the YouTube thing, so I suppose I'll get on that and see how we go. So I think I'd been doing a couple of lessons and them sorts of things, finding the time to actually make that content and get it out there at a regular interval is really difficult, amongst obviously trying to keep a teaching business going, amongst, like, you know, the practice that you have to do, all of the other things. you know, we've all just lived through this lockdown kind of thing, and you know, being at home 24/7, like there all seems to be jobs that you need to do. So trying to find the time to get it all done in the beginning was really difficult for me. But after having done it for a few months, I started getting a couple of comments on some stuff that I'd posted previously. So before I started a regular YouTube channel, I originally hosted me playing some pieces way back when I first launched my website to just get local business. And, you know, YouTube was just a thing that I could host those pieces on. It wasn't like I was trying to build a channel where I was uploading regularly. Anyway, started getting some comments on these old videos, and they were things that I think I took those comments completely. Well, I don't think, I know I took them completely the wrong way. I thought someone was coming on and he was going on about how good I was as a player, and I thought he was being really sarcastic, and I was really offended by it. And I thought, oh my God, I can't believe someone's coming on here, you know, taking the mickey out of my guitar playing. The next thing, I get an email drop in from that same guy saying, I really love your stuff and I want lessons. And to a point, I suppose I was perhaps being overly humble in a way, but I was like looking at that, I was like, oh my God, this guy actually, he's not being sarcastic at all, he's being for real and he wants lessons. So the next thing, it turns out he's from the United States. Now I live in the UK, I teach in the UK, bang smack in the middle of the UK. You know, I've always been a face-to-face kind of teacher. And at that point, I'm like, holy shit, you know, there's someone in America watching my content that wants to take lessons. I was bowled over by that. It was the best thing about starting this YouTube channel was when that happened. And like how most things in life go, they start a ball rolling. When something starts, then you know things keep happening. So before you know it, I was getting messages from all over the place. You know, I've got students across Europe. I've got quite a number of students in the USA now, which is again incredibly humbling, but also, you know, it's truly amazing. And that, you know, that's not entirely off of the YouTube channel. Some people are, you know, Google searching these things, and you know, I've got other social medias, but the main thing is starting this YouTube channel because it's a reference point. So if people are looking for your kind of thing, whatever it is that you do with your instrument, if that's what, you know, the kind of channel that you're putting out there, people, if they find you on one thing, they will want to go and find out a bit more before they start, you know, either taking a lesson from you or book you for a session, you know, whatever it is that you do in the music industry. People want to research you these days. So YouTube was a way for me that people could go, do I actually like this guy? Do I like what this guy's got to say? Do I like the way he plays? And then before you know it, you know, they're asking for a lesson. Not all of them, obviously. I'll get to that bit in a minute. But the next thing off of that, which was really, really good for me, is the fact that these people were calling about lessons. It made me realise, well, because of the time zone differences that I've got, I can't physically do all of the stuff that is being asked of me. As much as I want to help these people out, obviously teaching people is how I make my living. So, you know, I want to be teaching as many people as I can, obviously because I need to make an income, but two, this is my passion. This is what I absolutely live for, is talking about high quality guitar and helping people get on with their instrument. Okay. So the more that people were starting to do it, you know, I've got people in Canada were asking, I've got people in Australia asking. Before you know it, you're going, I can't keep to this. You know, I'm never going to see my bed, because of the time differences. So it made me realise that perhaps pre-recording some of the lessons, you know, the stuff that I've learned off the back of doing YouTube, would be a way that I could help people out more. So that was where I thought, well, Cutting Edge Guitar doesn't have to be this little studio in the middle of the UK. It can now be a sort of an online learning platform. So to cut a long story short with that, I spent a long time putting together the Advancing Guitarist course, which was a course that I was running in my local area. I was just about kicking it off before COVID came along and decimated it. And yeah, basically I've turned that into an online learning platform that now a lot of my US students and people across Europe are following and that stuff. I mean, I'm still doing loads of Zoom lessons. I've you know, got people coming to the studio. That's not a thing that I want to go. I love working directly with people. But off the back of doing YouTube, I learned the art that there is other ways to teach people, and that's what I do. So loads of positives, like massive positives, meeting really good people and giving me some new fresh business ideas, which is now completely changing my life. So they're all the positive things. On the flip side, for anyone who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, especially if you're a guitarist, you have got to be prepared for the backlash, because I don't care how good you are, how cool you are, how much you know, whatever, you're going to get hate. And trust me, in the tiny little bit of progress that I've had, which is, 50 odd thousand views in the last year, 300 odd subscribers, in YouTube terms, my channel has really done nothing so far. It's literally just getting off the ground, and hopefully it's going to springboard and it's going to go haywire so that I can help loads more guitar players. But in that tiny amount, I found all that positivity and I found loads of fucking negativity. There are some people out there that just want to be fucking horrible to you, man. And there's no need for it. It's sad. It is pathetic. But I think if you are sitting at home thinking about starting your YouTube channel and getting yourself out there, and you're worried about the fact that people are going to do that to you, my advice is you just got to suck it up and get on with it, because they're going to do it regardless. I heard a fucking fantastic thing recently. I'm totally going to steal it, and I'm going to put it out there and tell you guys this. But it really inspired me, and I hope it inspires you. Is that if you could walk on water, your haters would tell you you're only doing that because you can't swim. The fact is, right, so that I've nicked that quote from somewhere, but the thing is, I heard that and I was like, it's fucking true. It doesn't matter who you are. Like, so in the background, if I move my guitar out of the way, you can see I've got a picture of Guthrie Govan up on the wall over there, right? Guthrie, in my opinion, is the best guitar player alive today. I think Guthrie is just second to none. Unbelievable guitarist, musical beyond anything you've ever heard. Technically, he can do everything, play in every style, all the rest of it. And you go on Guthrie's videos and you see all sorts of fucking idiots giving it loads of hate. They want to rain it down on the guy, and you think, why? Why are you doing that? What are you achieving by trying to be publicly horrible about somebody? And I think the fact is this: people who have got the time to dish out that hate are sad, pathetic, and most of the time, I mean, I don't know about most of the time. It's probably all of the time. The people that are spewing out the hate, they're no good at anything themselves anyway. And actually, I've had a few of that from some of my American guys who seem to be very, very forthright in being nice to you. Actually, there's a lot of all of the Americans that I've met have been unbelievably kind. Unbelievably kind. And that's a really, really nice thing. As ambassadors for their country, that's really, really cool. But they've said to me, I've said to them a few times, I spent hours on that video, trying to make it good. I'm trying to help people. I'm putting information out that I'm trying to help people with. And they've said horrible things about me. What are they doing that for? And they've said to me, you don't want to worry about that. There's probably just some dickhead sitting in his house, can't play, and he's just jealous of you. And you think, well, that's nice of you to say, but that probably is true, but it still hurts when people say these things. So there's nothing wrong with having an opinion. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion, and there's nothing wrong with not liking something. It's perfectly okay for you to sit in your house and see something and go, I don't like that. We all are like that. We've all got things we love, and we've all got things that we hate. But to publicly be nasty to somebody and try and bring someone's business down just because you are jealous of the fact that you're not doing something and they are, that is pathetic. There we go. So the thing is with this, although that's negative, I want to turn that into a positive thing for you guys that are watching this video, is that I know that you'll be worried about getting that hate. And I know that there's a lot of you that are probably watching this and they're thinking, if this guy can do it, I can do it too. And that is 100% true. 100% true. That's something that I want to tell, I do tell all of my students all the time, People will be sitting opposite me watching some of the things that I can do on the guitar, and they're like, how do you do that? Like I'm some kind of magician or something. And it's absolutely not the case. I'm just a very, very average, very, very regular guy from a very, very regular town in the middle of the UK. And I don't have any talent. What I have is a lot of dedication. I spent a lot of fucking time working on this thing because I wanted to be good at it and I loved it. And here's the thing. If you want to be good at playing the guitar, you can. There's nothing stopping you. And if you want to get your YouTube channel out there, there's nothing stopping you doing that either. You've just got to be prepared for a few things. The same as it takes to get good at playing your instrument. You've got to be dedicated. I mean, you've got to learn a few things. I mean, like my channel's not perfect yet. Like in no way, shape, or form. I'm going to learn loads more as this journey goes on. But you've got to be willing to learn. You've got to be willing to adapt to the criticisms that people are going to give you. You know, I got told all about my lighting. I got told about my camera. I got told about the positioning of a few things in my room. There's still loads of things that I've got to work on, make this all better for you. But that's the thing. You know, for one thing, you've got to be dedicated and put the time in. Another thing, you've got to be really resilient. So when you get those haters, don't worry about that shit. Just keep going on. Just keep doing your thing. And you know, you just put some thought and a lot of thought and effort into the content that you want to make. You know, just who you're trying to help, who you're trying to serve. If you think about that stuff, you'll start getting somewhere. So like I say, I've only got such a small amount of subscribers at this point. I haven't got a whole load of views, but there's a lot of people that they don't even get past the first 100 subscribers, you know, because this is hard work. You put it in, you'll get somewhere, okay? So I suppose really I want to wrap this up with a massive thank you to everyone who's supported me on the journey up to this point. I want to say a massive shout out to all of my students that are following the YouTube channel as well. And a lot of the students have come off the back of seeing this, as I've said. So hello to all of you, and I hope you're all doing really, really well out there. As always, if you ever need anything, get in touch with me. At this point as well, because I've been doing this for a year, what I'm going to say to you guys is if you've got ideas of content that you want me to make, whether that's a lesson, whether there's particular bits of gear you want me to talk about, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to see, let me know and I will endeavour to try and make those videos for you. What I'm going to also tell you about at this moment in time is reasons that you should subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, because what's coming in the next year of stuff that I'm going to make. Well, I'm going to be posting loads more lessons to the channel. The lessons that I'm going to be posting are all going to be based on what's going on in the members area of Cutting Edge Guitar, okay? So I'm going to be giving you guys loads of little tidbits of the things that are going on for my paid students. You can come and see what's going on. If you want to take that further, obviously you can come and see me at Cutting Edge Guitar and get the most awesome guitar experience going. But also, you know, like the stuff that I'm putting out on here, this isn't going to be, this is some garbage bit and I want you to come and, you know, do the paid material over here. I'm going to be showing you some really, really important and useful stuff that sometimes it does make you wonder, why are you even giving this away for free? But, you know, because I've got bills to pay like everyone else has. But the fact is, I want to help people. And the only way that I'm ever going to make these connections is by giving high quality material. So you should subscribe so that you see that material when that comes out. Also as well, some of the stuff that's been super popular is when I've been talking about the guitars. I can't say too much at this point, but put it this way, there's some really, really big stuff coming in the next year. I'm going to be getting hold of loads of guitars. Can't tell you where from, but I will be telling you more about that as the channel goes on. There's guitars galore coming my way that I'm going to be doing demos of, and I'm going to be talking to you about different things that you might get some ideas of mods that you can make to your guitars or places where you can customize guitars. There's a bit of a hint in there, but that's for another time. So loads of guitars coming. Loads more gear in terms of like the little bits and bobs, pick reviews. That's a big deal for me. So there's loads of those things coming, and also just I'm going to be talking to you about lots of great guitar players, people that you should listen to. So I'm doing recommended CDs, recommended books, and I'm going to be doing recommended players. I'm going to be talking to you about all of the things that they do that makes them cutting edge guitarists. What is cutting edge guitar all about? So for now, guys, if you want to support my channel, there's a number of different ways that you can massively help me out. First things first, on Amazon, you will find the High Intensity Guitar Techniques series in paperback form if you want paperback books. You can also get those digitally from AnthonyGeorgeGuitar.com or from CuttingEdge.Guitars, which is the Cutting Edge Guitar website. When you buy the digital versions, you also get Guitar Pro PDF files and extra downloads that go along with them. So the digital ones are exclusive to me, like there's nobody else getting any there's nowhere else that you can buy those. That's exclusive to my content. Obviously those are with Amazon. Also, if you want to take a advanced guitar course, Cutting Edge Guitar is offering 3 volumes of an advanced guitar course. Volume 1 is out currently, Volume 2 is on the way soon, and Volume 3 will be following later on in the summer. Those courses are based on a lot of the stuff that I do with my one-to-one students in here and what I did as a complete course before COVID happened. Put it this way, it's intense. It's like music college level tuition for people that can sit at home and do it in an online context. I don't want to say that it's the best course in the world because that would make it look like I'm a sharky salesman, and I'm not. But put it this way, the people who are studying on it are telling me that it's really, really good, and I'm really, really pleased about that. So there's also a members area at Cutting Edge Guitar where you can get monthly HD video lessons that I'm posting. There's loads of downloads and all the rest of it. So please do visit AnthonyGeorgeGuitar.com, CuttingEdge.Guitars, subscribe to the channel, and I will look forward to seeing you in a lesson or a gear review sometime soon. Take care for now, guys. See you later.